Hey guys, Chris here at Bushcraft Cambridge. I'm out in the woods today. I'm just going to head out for a hike. I'm looking for some horsehoof fungus, tinders, and some wild edibles. I was lucky enough to join my son's scout troop on a wild edibles walk, and I managed to pick up a few more wild edibles that I can add to my collection that I know. And I just happened to be sitting in a patch of garlic mustard and wild carrot. I guess on to the main point of this video is I wanted to do a VR to Chris at Sask Bushcraft Release, and Chris again over at Urban Suburban. They've issued a challenge to do a minimal kit overnighter. So this is me throwing my hat into the ring for this challenge, and I'll be showing you my items that I'll be taking for that overnighter. First and foremost, I got my drinks pouch. I usually just carry coffee and hot chocolate. My fire kit. This is just a dollar store tin. I've got I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 feet of number 12 bank line wrapped around the outside of the tin, with maybe 5 or 6 feet of 1-inch Gorilla Tape wrapped around that just to hold it all in place. And basically that's just for in case I ever forget any cordage, or if I happen to need some and I'm out, and then I've got a little bit of spare. And moving inside, we've got the old char tin full of char cloth, punkwood, and I think there's a couple of charred cattail heads in there. Flint and steel. That will be my main source of ignition for the evening. I do have a like a spare cheapy ferro rod. I don't plan on using it, however, I'm not going to leave it out of my kit just for the sake of if I do happen to need it. My magnifying glass, that's always in my kit, so there's not much point in me taking this out. But it'll be in there. So I have two little hunks of leather that I use for stropping pads. One has a white compound, one has a green, and the one with the grommet I use as a welcome mat for my bow drill fires. So that will be my fire kit. Moving on, trusty shemagh. That will double as my pillow, snot rag, hand wipes, what have you. In my cordage bag, I've got a small roll of 36 bank line and a small hank of paracord. That'll be ridge lines and tie outs. My cover will be an 8x8 Deer Creek Outfitters oilskin tarp. This thing has been really good to me. Super durable. It's a little heavier than the Tent Smiths, but well worth it, in my opinion. I will be bringing a Baco Laplander saw, just because there's a ton of deadfall out there, and it's handy to have a saw. I don't expect that I would have to have it, but this is one item that I do like to have. My other cover element will be a wool blanket. This is a Trapper Point blanket. It's nice and heavy. I've got it compressed up with a couple of Canadian jam knots and a shoulder strap right now. But that's what I'll be curling up in at night. Also, where I plan on going, there isn't a water source, so I will have to pack in whatever water I'm going to need. So I'm expecting to need 2 or 3 liters to get me through the night and into the next day. Trusty spork, a 1-liter pot, and the Pathfinder 2-liter bush pot. So So that will be my cooking. My cutting tool will be the Benchmade Bushcrafter. The only other thing that I will be bringing, and I didn't have with me right now, would be my food items. So I would expect maybe a couple of smoked sausages, and a pack of instant potatoes or something like that, or maybe like one of the homemade dehydrated meals. I think I still have some of that stuff in the freezer, and maybe a pack or two of oatmeal for the next day. My main concern is coffee. However, food items are nice. So that's pretty much my kit, other than the pack that I would be carrying everything in. I just got a day pack with me right now, but usually for overnighters I'd use the U.S. Army Molly pack, or like the Army rucksack. Other than that, that's about all my items. Oh, one other thing that I didn't also bring was like a wool sweater. I will be bringing a wool sweater, just as another layer of warmth. Because this time of year you can never really be too sure how warm or how cool things will be. Like right now we're fluctuating between, you know, maybe 2 or 3 degrees at night to 14 through the day, or it could be as much as 10 degrees at night. But so I'm just going to try and cover my butt with a wool blanket and sweater. So that's my items. So thanks guys. I'll look forward to doing this overnighter, and I'll try and get this video off as soon as I can. So once again, thanks to Chris and Chris for issuing this challenge, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.